Hey guys, welcome back. Blue Line Realty, Loan Pros team, Roxanne, Chung, Julio, Gaton. We're going to be talking some real estate. We're going to be talking about how you can get qualified for a new loan and get you into a house. What if you found like an old house that was just a small house, but you got a big family? Can I take a 2-1 and with the loan, get a loan that I can add on to that house?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So that's called a renovation loan.
Okay.
You need to find a contractor. It's eligible for FHA and conventional.
Okay.
And you find a contractor, figure out how much repairs you're going to do. If you're adding a bedroom, you're adding a pool, you're adding new flooring, cabinets, you can do whatever.
Okay.
The only catch to that is, let's just say the house is $200,000, you need $100,000 in upgrades and repairs. The house just has to appraise for $300,000
Once done.
once it's done.
Okay.
And the appraiser will consider all the repairs at the same time when they're doing the appraisal. So like ones with a new pool, with a new kitchen, what it's going to be worth.
Okay.
And then you can put 3.5% down or 5% down based on that.
Okay, all right. So then that's one option that you can do. You can fix it up. Now, I know a lot of people have a lot of hesitations on finding a house that needs a lot of repair. They'll find something, and especially right now in this market where a lot of things are limited, they might see a house that needs full renovation. Can they qualify for that?
Yeah, there's same type of renovation loan. They have options again with Fannie Mae or FHA. The only thing is structurally, depends which one you're going to do.
Okay.
But they can do whatever. You can change, put on a new roof, new pool. You have a ton of options. You don't have to just do like one bathroom or anything. And I think that's the fear because of the unknown.
Right. Because a lot of people think that, well, if I'm going to get this house and it's going to need all of these repairs, maybe I'm not going to be able to qualify for it because, for example, I know with FHA, there are certain restrictions with the house, right? Even a window can't be broken. Is that still around, or have they made some changes?
It's still around, but if we're doing renovation, they're not going to care about the window because we're getting fixed.
Got it.
But
and is it a different type of loan? Is it the regular FHA?
It's called a 203k.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there's a limited, and then there's a full.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it just depends if the work is under a certain amount.
Okay.
Then they do that type of loan. If it's over a certain amount, then they do that type of loan, and you have to just get. And one additional thing would be a consultant.
Okay.
A HUD consultant come out and just check to see the repairs you're doing, the costs match.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds great because I know a lot of times people are going out, and when I take people out to go shopping for a home, they often feel like, am I going to get outbidded by an investor? They're coming here with cash. They're going to buy the house, and how am I going to be able to compete with them? But an investor needs to make a profit, so whenever they're making an offer, they're usually a little bit lower. This loan would allow these buyers to be able to compete because they can go a little bit higher.
Which one are we talking about?
FHA 203k or regular FHA?
No, because the offer price is
repair?
still going to be the same. So
Okay.
if the house is 400, you're going to bid 400.
But the investor is going to bid 350 because he needs a profit.
Yeah.
So this allows you to compete with them instead of having to come in at the same kind of investor price.
But the catch to that is that they're just going to need to get a GC.
Okay.
Get a contractor out there.
Okay.
And they're going to have to be kind of laser focused and say, hey, I know I want a new kitchen. I know I want this.
Uh-huh.
Be kind of flexible with, the finishes. So we have a rough idea. The kitchen's going to cost me 20 grand. The bathroom's going to cost me 10.
Okay.
So we have an idea budget to make sure that they can still qualify for that.
Okay.
Right?
And does FHA put any restrictions on what kind of renovation I want to do? If
Yeah,
I want to
they
go
do.
very, very high and
There are some restrictions.
Okay.
So it just depends. It's probably way too late to list, but we can definitely go through them and make sure that we pick the right product for you. Because if it's not FHA, then it could be conventional.
Okay, all right. So maybe that's an option that you can do. Is there any other options if you do conventional? Then would you get that construction loan to be able to renovate the rest of it?
It's still a renovation loan, so there's two separate. One's the renovation is where you have an existing property and you're going to renovate.
Okay.
So whether it be a kitchen, addition, you can even do an ADU, which is an accessory dwelling unit.
Okay.
Like those she sheds you saw on TV.
She sheds.
I want one.
Okay.
So you can put it out there, and they'll even finance that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's some options even if you find a home that is not exactly what you like.
Good contractor.
Okay.
Because you hear the stories about them, so you want to get references and get someone in there.
Absolutely. Especially now with so many contractors that can kind of come and flake with you. So I know that may be a hesitation for some people because they're like, well, look, if I get a house, I already know what I'm getting. It's already done. But if I'm going to try to renovate it, then I have to kind of worry about what this contractor is going to do, whether or not they're going to be reliable. But if you do find the right person who is reliable and can get the job done just the way you like
know what
it,
we should do? We should get a contractor out here and ask them what questions you should ask a contractor to know if you're getting the right person. I think that might help because I don't even know because they sound good on the phone and then when
and
you
they
actually
always
call
exactly
them, it's a different thing. I mean, they don't show up.
I think a lot of the times, a lot of people want to come and they take a lot of money up front, and then once you take the money up front, then now you're kind of stuck with them.
When we're getting a loan though, they have to. We still do it by draws.
So maybe that could be a little restriction for them.
The catch to it is that we're going to send. Why do I keep saying catch? We're going to send someone out there to do an inspection.
Yeah.
Right, each time to make sure that the work is done.
But it is a catch for those shady contractors, because for them they don't get this big bulk of money up front. They're working on draws, and each step of the way you're kind of being able to have your eyes on it, so you see that they're checked.
But one thing you need to notice, they check that the work is done, not for the quality of the work. So you kind of got to be attentive to your project, or again, pick a good contractor.
That's also true.